Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday, the 17th day of April. Blah, blah, blah day today. Kickball day today. Ford Mustang day. Herbalist day. International day of mastering conversations that matter. That's one I'm going to celebrate. Every conversation I have matters.
Every single one.
Actually, most of them probably don't. That's what most people think when they walk away. They're like, he didn't say anything that mattered.
What was the point of that whole thing?
National Nothing Like a Dame Day, No Limits for Deaf Children Day, and World Hemophilia Day. A lot of stuff going on today.
All kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's also 2A Day. I think that means Second Amendment. Is that what 2A means?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. All of that happening. And I've got a guest joining me, Adam Gamal, with The Unit. Going to chat with him about that. Super excited to chat with him. I think this is going to be really, really fun. He's an author of a book about an organization that we couldn't even talk about before, and they wouldn't even admit that it exists. He's a member of that. Was a member of that. Is a member of that. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm really confused.
We have to use a fake name. So he says his fake name is Adam Gamal, but that's not his real name. We'll chat with him all about it in a bit.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit
At bettercreditcards.com.
to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Are you somebody who feels music inside of you? Well, it turns out some songs really can strike a chord in our bodies. Japanese researchers decided to investigate the way in which musical notes elicit specific bodily sensations and emotions. They asked 527 volunteers to map where they felt music while listening to tunes. Each song had a mix of chord progressions with varying degrees of uncertainty and surprise. Participants were also asked how the music made them feel emotionally. Here's what researchers found. Songs that were more surprising were felt in the heart, while predictable music was felt in the stomach. Sensations in the heart were strongly linked to musical appreciation and feelings of pleasure, which led to a decline in feelings of awkwardness and anxiety. Sensation in the stomach brought on by predictable chord progressions brought on feelings of calmness, satisfaction, and nostalgia. The head of the study said researchers show that music is not just something we listen to with our ears, but it's an experience felt through the entire body.
I couldn't agree with that more.
I like that. I've got a link to that if you want to read all the details. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know we might be wrong about this? Should parents expose their kids to dirt and germs and bacteria in hopes
Yes,
of
they
developing
should.
a strong immune system, like the theory says? Well, no, according to Swedish researchers who sell you all kinds of stuff to fix.
To fix illnesses.
A team from the Karolinski Institute found that experiments with mice, animals with highly infectious exposure from birth showed the same or worse allergic immune responses compared to clean laboratory mice. Simply put, mice that encounter allergens when young had the same or worse allergy problems as mice living in a clean environment. So they're saying, when it came to mice anyway, this didn't make a difference. Heidi, by the way, believes for sure it does make a difference.
I do.
So it's when our kids were little, she's like, just let them eat dirt. I'm like, I don't think they're supposed to eat the dirt. She's like, it's fine. 5-second rule. I'm like, yeah. I don't think that counts when you're eating outside. I don't know. We don't know everything, but now we kind of know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. The Clown Prince of Crime and his co-conspirator Harley Quinn want you to know that what the world needs now is love. That's the message from the first trailer of Joker Folie à Deux, which sees Joaquin Phoenix reprise his role as Arthur Fleck, who became Batman's foe, the Joker. Lady Gaga as the equally twisted Harley Quinn. The first trailer is out. If you want to see it, Joker 2 hits theaters October the 4th. Renee Zellweger and Hugh Grant will reprise their role for the 4th installment of the Bridget Jones Diary franchise.
Really?
I didn't realize that they had 3 others. I knew there was
I
one.
didn't either. I knew there were 2.
Oh, I didn't know about the second one even. It's going to hit the Peacock streaming service February the 14th. So
Okay,
Valentine's
so it's not even going
Day.
right to the theaters.
And Kit Harington announced in a new interview, that Game of Thrones, the spinoff Jon Snow was going to be, is now off the table. So there's going to be a story all around Jon Snow's character, and they're like, nope, it's done. It's gone.
Okay.
It's not going to happen now. So, sorry. Don't be mad at me. I didn't cancel it. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A survey says that 71% of kids between the ages of 2 and 10 dislike vegetables. Yeah, 71%. That's a big percentage.
Is anybody surprised by this number?
I don't think so.
I mean,
but it's a big percentage. Here's the thing. When I was young, didn't really like vegetables.
no
now
kids do.
that I'm old, I still don't like vegetables. But I eat them. I eat my vegetables now because if I don't, she'll spank me and put me to bed. No, that's not what she does. She just says, eat your vegetables. And I'm afraid of her, so I do whatever she tells me to do. So my vegetables that I liked as a kid, I liked corn. And then later I found out we're not supposed to eat as much corn.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
But I had never tried broccoli until I was like 40-something. And I love broccoli now, and I like asparagus. There's all kinds of stuff. So kids, maybe someday you'll like it too. And there's no rest in the armrest debate. A United Airlines flight attendant has given her 2 cents worth on the ongoing question of who's entitled to the 2 armrests in a row of 3 airplane seats. A passenger posted on Reddit they made an announcement right after boarding to clarify who gets use of which armrest on a flight. The person wrote, to my surprise, he was very empathetic that no person gets 2 armrests. So you're supposed to get this one and they get this one. Huh?
I thought the person in the middle got both armrests because the person on the outside has the outside armrest and the person up to the window can like lean up against the...
They explained every person is supposed to use the same armrest, the one on the right.
Okay.
And the left for the side on the side of the plane. Okay.
So depending on what side of the plane you're on.
And you're supposed to keep the armrest on the side of the aisle clear. So everybody's supposed to lean on the one away from the aisle.
If that's the case, then the person by the window doesn't get an armrest.
There's armrest by the window.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just right by the wall.
No, they've got armrests for everybody. I'm very confused on how all of this goes, but if you would like to read the details, it's very, very, very thorough. And it's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Adam Gamal. He is the author of The Unit, My Life Fighting Terrorists as one of America's most secret military operatives. And the thing that's fascinating, this is the first and only book to be written by a member of this group. And you had to get a lot of permissions to even put this book out, didn't you?
Absolutely. People will be surprised. It took me 12 months and 2 weeks. The book just took in DoD for reviews. We had meetings, calls, meetings in person, going over the book page by page to be able to include in the pictures, by the way, in the book. We had to get approval. for those pictures.
And we talk to people all the time about books, and we talk to people about books that are action-packed and have amazing stories, but usually they're fiction. So the thing that's amazing about this book, it's just as action-packed and has so much amazing stuff in it, but this is all stuff that you've lived. This is part of your life.
John, absolutely. And I'll tell you a funny story, actually, is some of the people wrote us reviews on like either Amazon or some of the articles came out. They thought it's fiction. They thought it's propaganda by the U.S. military. They thought it's a book written for recruiting. I'm real. I'm as real as it gets. We didn't use my real name for security reasons, but when you read the book, you realize that I'm real. We're showing how good we've done some jobs, and I'm showing how some mistakes we made. So no, we are real. We're not fiction.
And again, the unit, I had never even heard of this. It's also referred to as the activity, but this is something that, again, I know that there are people out there that know way more than I do because I'm not a super smart person, but I do my best to know some things. And I'd never heard of this, but that's kind of by design, really. It kind of flies under the radar, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So the main strength of the organization is how you can be gray, how you can operate in the gray area, and how you can be gray, but you're not noticed. You can just be the fly in the wall. You can be just the guy there. And then people will say, well, that counters why you wrote the book. You wrote the book. How can you write a book about a unit that it's even the real name, it's classified? Well, we were able to balance between telling a story, hopefully an inspiring one, telling a story of true heroes. I was surrounded by them. And as you read the book, you will see I spoke a lot about them. And balancing that with national security interests, with protecting the people who are currently doing the mission. That's one of the reasons we wouldn't have real names. We don't show on our faces are not shown or anything. And balancing between those two things. So hopefully we were able to succeed and show a good story, inspiring, and protect national security interests.
And one of the themes that I see in this book is America keeping up with intelligence and making sure that we know what's going on. Because if you're trying to do things in the dark and you don't know what's happening, that would make your mission very difficult, wouldn't it?
Correct.
And so as you look at this book and you're putting this out, is there somebody specific that you had written this for? Is this for like the American people as a whole, or is it for people who maybe want to get into this line of work and maybe follow in the path? Or who would you say this is specifically written for?
So it's written for two. I have two main people in mind. Hopefully it's written for everybody. But I have two general groups in mind. One group is just the general American people to know there is an organization that actually protects them, and this organization is made out of people who, black, green, white, yellow, you name them, browns, Arabs, you name it, whatever you name it. That's how we can be strong. So our strength is in our diversity. So I'm writing this to those people. I used to be stopped in the secondary coming back from missions where I almost got killed. And I wanted the people to know, like, not everybody who looks like an Arab guy is a terrorist. You have some of those are actually protecting you as well. And I'm writing this to the immigrant community where I was surrounded by them. And I see a lot of them are shying away from serving in the military, serving in the government. And I want to tell them, you made this country your home. Make sure you protect it by any means necessary. And joining the military is... it made me where I am now. It made me extremely successful. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not trying to recruit people into the military. I'm just telling them what the military done for me. I will not trade it for anything else. It might be a good opportunity for a lot of people.
Thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sarah, and thanks, America, for allowing me to serve.
Absolutely. The book is called The Unit, My Life Fighting Terrorists as One of America's Most Secret Military Operatives. It's available right now. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Whether you have a credit card now and need a better credit card, or if you don't even have a credit card but you'd like to get a good one, we would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
at bettercreditcards.com.
BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A study found that surgeons who play certain video games for 3 hours a week performed 27% faster and made 37% fewer errors during surgery. I think we talked about that
Yeah,
once.
we did. And that makes sense because you're kind of working
more
under pressure.
dexterity and whatnot. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The entire surface of your skin is replaced every month, which means you'll have 1,000 different sets of skin in your lifetime. Wow. I've seen people who've changed their skin for sure. I think that's different, though. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Katy Perry's dad used to sell acid, and her mom used to date Jimi Hendrix. You know what they do now?
What do they do
They're
now?
Pentecostal pastors. How cool is that?
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The original thought behind having bridesmaid was to confuse evil spirits so they couldn't guess who the actual bride was. Yeah, that's why. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Only 2 mammals like spicy foods, the tree shrew and humans. Yeah, nobody else likes spicy foods. According to that, I think our dog does. I could be wrong. Several fun facts. Now, you know, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
So how do you like these gas prices? Not great, huh? How would you like to save money every time you get gas? I've been using this app for a few years and it's amazing. You can find out more at radiosavings.com. When I first heard about it, I didn't think we'd have this in our area, but they seem to have stuff all over the place. You can sign up for free and try it for yourself. They have savings on gas, but on many other things too, like restaurants and convenience stores. Try it for free at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com. Heidi, question for you here. 20% of at-home workers do this during their workday. What is it? 20% do this while they're working.
20%?
Yeah.
Go take naps.
No. Play video games. Yeah. Are you playing a video game right now?
I'm not.
What is the one you usually play while we're working
Candy
here?
Crush.
Yeah. She's on like level 9,488. She's doing good. She's crushing that candy. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Do you have a mobile phone? How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I love this story. I think it's funny that it's a weird story because this is exactly what I would do. An art gallery employee in Germany was fired after it was discovered that he had hung his own work up in an exhibition. A 51-year-old man... Well, here's why. The 51-year-old man drilled holes in the wall to mount his paintings. That's probably why he got in trouble right there. It was Munich's Pinakothek der Moderne. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I'm pretty sure you're not.
Well, a spokesperson for the gallery said the employee's work was in the gallery. He was a technical service team member, described himself as a freelance artist as well. His artwork measured 23 inches by 47 inches.
Okay.
So that's pretty good
So
size.
substantial.
And it was hung up in an empty passageway. So maybe he should have just asked for permission. You mind if I hang up my own work? Anyway, he got fired for it, but I would have probably done it too. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Here are some cool certifications that are, according to the internet, pretty easy to get. Teaching English as a foreign language can be simple. I can't even speak it. It can be as simple as doing a Google search and taking a few classes. And then it says having a college degree is usually a prerequisite. How about an NBA free agent? It's not technically a certification, but all you have to do is declare yourself eligible for the draft. So if you just declare that, you are an NBA free agent.
Oh, okay.
A licensed alligator trapping agent in Florida. It's $50 that you mail in, and then they send you a certificate. That's a bad idea. Certified bartender. Apparently, you can take courses for like $20. Scuba diving. It says even if you don't live near an ocean, you can usually get certified easily. Bounty hunter. Some states you don't even need a license. Nutritionalist in the U.S. and UK, it's not a protected term, so you can just sort of call yourself a nutritionist in some places. A wilderness firefighter. They say that's an online course, and then you go out and fight fires. And a fireworks launcher. You can get a license. Usually, it is a class that takes like a day, and then you take a test. And if you don't blow any fingers off, they're like, you pass.
You passed. Good for you.
The list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. An anonymous quote today. I always think it's funny that nobody looks around to see who it was that says these things. They write down the quote, but they don't write down their name. What? An optimist is someone who falls off the Empire State Building and after 50 floors says, so far, so good. Yeah, I'm very optimistic, but I don't know if I'm that optimistic. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of genesisgoldira.com. I think this is a pretty cool story right here. It comes from Taiwan. Dog who failed police academy becomes a superstar in Taiwan after the earthquake because of the earthquake response. So in the wake of the strongest earthquake in 25 years, an 8-year-old lab named Roger is winning hearts across the nation. Roger was a drug-sniffing dog, but lost his job due to being overly friendly. He was a very friendly dog, and they're like, hey, you're supposed to be scary, Roger. We gave you the name Roger. You're supposed to be scary. For his love of fun and food and people that diverted his attention and hindered his responsiveness to the handler's instructions. But his personality and his intelligence made him a much better candidate to be something else, a rescue dog. A magnitude 7.4 quake struck in Taiwan, leaving devastation everywhere. Amidst the chaos, rescue dogs like Roger played a crucial role locating stranded individuals, offering hope in the face of tragedy. Roger specialized in rubble pile search and rescue, proving his worth beyond measure during the recent crisis. And there are some photos here of him, and it's beautiful. He looks like a really nice dog. He looks like a Roger, too. Isn't that a great name for a dog?
That's just a great story. I love it.
Roger. Roger wasted no time in his mission locating victims. 5 minutes after getting there, he actually found his first victim, and he helped find a bunch of victims. So there's still apparently some places where they're still recovering. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but I think Roger's job is almost done. So
good for Roger.
Very good for Roger.
Good dog.
It's a good story. Good boy. You deserve a treat. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.